Google just turned pricing into a local SEO ranking factor. Here's how to make sure Google chooses you and not the guy listing fake $49 specials to steal your customers. Till now, your customer used to call you first. This was the norm. They had a problem. They'd pick up the phone, and you were the first person they spoke to. Simple, human, direct. Now they'll click a button, and Google calls businesses for them. That shift right there, it's not small, it's seismic. Customers aren't choosing you anymore. Google is. A single tap and the AI takes over. No emotion, no memory of past jobs, no loyalty. Just a cold, calculated query, and Google's algorithm goes hunting. Google asks, how much for this job? Who can do it fastest? That's it. That's the script. Not who does the best work, or who's been in business for 10 years. The questions are pure utility, price, and speed. Which means the AI decides who gets the call back. No relationship, no reputation. Just a machine optimizing for what it thinks people want. And the scary part? You don't even know you were in the race. Hi, I'm Sarvesh Srivastava, a TEDx speaker and #1 ranked SEO globally by rating agency Favicon. At Alventra Marketing, we've helped hundreds of local businesses dominate their market. Just recently, we took one from $0 to $100,000 a month in 90 days. If you want results like that, book a free consultation at alventramarketing.com. The link is in the description. Back to the video. Let this sink in. A job came and went. You were technically considered, but you never got a shot, never got to quote, never knew you were even being looked at. While you're actually doing the work the right way, you're out there delivering quality, doing things by the book, honoring warranties, not cutting corners, not upselling junk, just running an honest, tight operation. Some big budget company rolls out a $49 special. And suddenly, the playing field tilts. These guys aren't playing fair. They're baiting the system, offering an absurdly low price just to win the click, just to get a foot inside the door and jack up the bill later. They're not making money at $49. That's the hustle. Once they're in the house, they find surprises. Suddenly, that $49 becomes $400. And guess what? Google doesn't see the scam. Google doesn't care about intent. It can't read fine print. It doesn't know what happens after the call. It only sees the number and goes, yep, that's the one people want. This is AI logic. People click on the cheapest offer, must be the best offer. That's the model. That's the system you're up against. And suddenly, the better business isn't even getting a chance to answer the phone. You're not losing the job after quoting. You're not getting to quote at all. Because Google never called you. You weren't easy to recommend. Now here's where I step in. And here's the part no one tells you. Google isn't comparing who's best anymore. Best? According to who? Reviews? Maybe. Photos? Sometimes. But the real metric, it's comparing who's easiest to recommend. Easiest. Not cheapest. Not best reviewed. Just easiest. The profile that makes Google say, this one's a safe bet. If your pricing is missing, outdated, or confusing, Google sees friction. It sees risk. It sees something it has to interpret. And that's too much work. Google will skip you and move on to someone who makes its job easier. Because AI doesn't want to guess. It doesn't want to estimate. It wants to match exact needs to exact info, not cheaper. This isn't a race to the bottom. It's a race to clarity. Clearer. Now we're talking. So here's how you win this new game. If you want to beat AI at its own game, this is how. Make your pricing stupidly obvious. So simple a machine can't mess it up. So clear it's copy-pastable. Add starting prices to your top revenue jobs. If your top 3 jobs are drain cleaning, water heater installs, and slab leak detection, put a starting price right next to each one. Explain what affects cost: size, parts, access, emergencies. Be proactive. Spell out the variables. This starts at $249, but could be more based on X, Y, Z. Show what the customer gets for the price. Warranty, fast ETA, no hidden fees. Don't just show cost, show value. Why is your $199 better than their $49? Update often. Stale info makes Google thinks you're expensive and unreliable. If your profile says prices from 2021, you might as well say, I don't care about my business. Google will treat it that way. Get reviews that mention fair price and no surprises. This is huge. AI reads your reviews. If it sees honest pricing, clear quote. No surprise fees. You move to the top of the list. You don't need to be the cheapest. You need to be the most predictable. You need to be the safest recommendation. Safe equals clear, recent, reviewed, easy to understand. Here's what that looks like on your actual Google business profile. Let's make this practical. First, list the exact services you want calls for. Don't just say plumbing. Be specific. But drain cleaning, water heater install, leak detection. Each one of these is a trigger Google can match to a user query, each with a number attached. So when someone searches water heater install and you've got that listed with a clear price, boom, you win. Second, describe the job like a real human. Leak detection using thermal tools. Most fixes take under an hour. Starts at $129, includes inspection. This is gold. No jargon, real language, includes the method, the time frame, and the price. This is the data the AI reads when it chooses who to call first. Not your years of experience. Not your van wrap. This. Put your prices where Google checks first. Where though? Here's your checklist. On the business profile. On the connected page. On the photo captions. In the FAQs. In your reviews. Every single place. Everywhere. Google needs consistency. Repetition builds trust. Scattered info erodes it. Because the more places Google sees the same pricing story, that's the key. One pricing story told many times. The more it trusts you. And trust equals calls. You're not competing on price anymore. Let that sink in. You're not trying to be the cheapest guy on the block. You're competing on price confidence. Google wants to be confident in the number it recommends. Not low, not high, just certain. If Google knows exactly what it costs to hire you, you get the call, because you're now the safest match. If it doesn't, you never even knew a homeowner needed you. Gone before you even knew there was a lead. That's it for the video. If you want to stay ahead of these changes and make sure Google keeps choosing you, book a free local SEO strategy call with me at alventramarketing.com. Link is in the description.